Good afternoon. Fade to Black breaking news. Yeah. For this Monday, July 8th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. I hope that everybody had a great, safe, fun, and amazing July 4th weekend. 4 days. I worked, but it was a lot of fun and surviving the heat. More on that in just a moment. We're kicking off another brand new week here on Fade to Black tonight. Stephen Schwartz is with us. Whoo, man. Remote viewing the world. He's one of the best. Tonight, Stephen Schwartz is with us. Tomorrow night, we got Wally Wagner Jr. on with us. That's right. Go look at the artwork for tonight or tomorrow night's show. UFOs and the Bible. Yeah. And then Wednesday night, man, nothing but big shows this week. Adam Nimoy is here. That's right. The son of Spock, Leonard Nimoy, is with us, calling the show For the Love of Spock. I'm sure you've seen the documentary, and he's also got a new book out, and we'll be talking about his life and everything else, and a lot of Spock thrown in. That is Wednesday night. Thursday night, Viola Harris is with us. That's right. It's all UFOs all night with Viola, and always great when she is on with us. That show is called UFO Updates. All right. 4 major events coming up. One, in just about 2 weeks, it's the Conscious Awards in Miami, Florida. Forbidden Knowledge, Billy Carson, hosted by Giorgio Tsoukalos. That is August 3rd and 4th. It's a full weekend of events. The links are below. Then Contact at Sea, the cruise to Alaska, September 6th through the 13th. Again, the links are below. Use my name when you sign up. All right. Egypt is in October 3rd through the 14th. Celebrating my birthday in Luxor. I think that tour is sold out, but you can get on the waiting list. You never know. You might get lucky. The links are below. Forbidden Knowledge. And then Peru and Bolivia with Brian Forrester. That is November 15th through the 27th. All 4 events, life-changing, paradigm-shifting stuff. Come and hang out with me in the rest of 2024. All right. Here we go. On this day in history, I didn't know this. 1918, Ernest Hemingway. He was an 18-year-old ambulance driver for the Red Cross, is struck by a mortar shell while serving on the Italian front in World War I. On this day in 1918. Here's your Fader fact. I didn't know this. I've heard similar stuff to this, but check this out. Fader fact. 1 teaspoon, not a tablespoon, 1 teaspoon of a neutron star is equal to the weight of 900 Great Pyramids of Giza. Yeah. That is your Fader fact. Let's get to the breaking news. Well, how hot was it this July 4th weekend? Well, you saw me post on social media. I had exploding garden hoses. When my garden hose exploded, steam came out of it. It was like Yellowstone. It was crazy. It was nuts. So hot. It's been 115 plus every day out here in Palmdale. And so there you go. There's that. But it's still hot, and it's going to be this hot for the next 10 days. That's as far as the forecast is going out right now. But roads and sidewalks in some areas got so hot that skin contact could result in second-degree burns. Researchers at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory right here in Southern California have mapped scorching pavement in Phoenix, where contact with skin can cause serious burns. The image that they released shows land surface temperatures across a grid of roads and adjacent sidewalks, miles of asphalt and concrete surfaces. and they're colored in yellow, red, and purple based on temperature that trap heat. The surface is registered over 120 degrees Fahrenheit to the touch, hot enough to cause contact burns in seconds. Wow. A NASA asteroid hunting mission is coming to a close, paving the way for the next generation of planetary defense efforts. The NEOWISE, the Near Earth Object Wide Field Infrared Survey Explorer mission, will end July 31st. Building on the mission's 14-year success, NASA's NEO Surveyor, Near Earth Object Surveyor, the first purpose-built infrared space telescope specifically dedicated to hunting hazardous near-Earth objects, will launch in late 2027. All right. Okay, that's cool, but what happens in between? I'm asking for a friend. Yeah. Thousands of people have been demonstrating against mass tourism in Barcelona. Footage filmed in the Spanish city over the weekend shows diners and popular tourist areas being squirted with water pistols and crowds of protesters chanting, "Tourists, go home." The mayor of Barcelona recently pledged to eliminate short-term tourists in the city within 5 years. Wow. I would say then go now, but it's probably not safe. All right. Boeing has agreed to plead guilty to one charge of conspiracy to defraud the United States for its role in two fatal 737 MAX crashes, the Justice Department said in a court filing last night. Boeing will pay up to $487 million in fines, a fraction of the $24.8 billion that families of crash victims wanted the aircraft maker to pay. The families of victims of two fatal crashes of the 730 MAX oppose the deal. The agreement stipulates that Boeing will have to operate under the oversight of an independent monitor, a person to be chosen by the government, for a period of 3 years. Just last week, Merle Myers, a former Boeing quality control manager, said that for years, workers at its 787 Dreamliner factory in Everett, Washington, routinely took parts that were deemed unsuitable to fly out of an internal scrapyard and put them back on the factory assembly lines. Boeing. 2 Chinese astronauts continued installing space debris protection outside the nation's Tiangong space station this week. Yi Guangfu and Li Kong, 2 members of the 3-person Shenzhou 18 mission, spent about 6.5 hours working outside the Tiangong. Li Guangxu assisted the expedition from inside Tiangong, operating the station's robotic arm. The main task was installing space debris protection outside the orbiting laboratory. After this, Li Kong mounted the robotic arm and conducted an extravehicular inspection of the space station's facilities through his helmet cam. And finally, I'll leave you with this. I'm very concerned about the world our children and grandchildren will inherit from us. And well, I've got some good news. Actually, amazing news. That's because scientists have found 3 new species that are close relatives to the plant from which chocolate is produced, a discovery that could pave the way for climate-proof chocolate. The team's research has been published in the journal Q Bulletin. The new species discovered in the rainforests of South America are closely related to Theobroma cacao, the tree that bears cocoa beans. The research team is comprised of scientists from the University College Cork, the University of Sao Paulo, and the New York Botanical Garden. The team's discovery will lead to the development of more climate-resistant cacao trees, which in turn will sustain the production of products derived from cacao, such as chocolate cream pie and hot mochas. Yeah, this is a big deal. I mean, who wants a future void of chocolate? Right? Well, nobody. Seriously. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Monday, July 8th, 2024. Breaking news is produced by Renee Neumann. I'm Jimmy Church. Tonight on the show on Fade to Black, Stephen Schwartz is here. We're going to talk about remote viewing the world and a bunch of his projects and what he has discovered. Tonight on Fade to Black, but until then, all I've got is Go Backley Tappy.